Hi, I'm Jeff Cannon, President of Citizens Bank of Lawrence County. We're proud of our growth in 2019 and we look forward to serving you in 2 locations in 2020. Call on any of our staff and we'll be glad to help you with any of your banking needs at either one of our locations, Hillcrest Parkway or our new location in the Henry to downtown Dublin. Citizens Bank of Lawrence County, a proud member of this community, member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Welcome to this ribbon cutting ceremony for SME. I'm Guy Cochran, current chairman of the Dublin Lawrence Development Authority. On behalf of our board, many of whom are here today, I see Roger Folsom and a few others. Welcome to this event, and on behalf of our president, Ryan Waldrop, and Beth Crumpton, who did a lot of this work out here today, we thank them. We're just excited for the Frankie and Dr. Smithson and Ken. We met probably 2 or 3 years ago out here, and they told us about what they wanted to do. Very exciting, and here we are today to officially, I guess, get it started. But I gotta give a shout out to our governor, Governor Kemp. We just really appreciate your leadership during these crazy times we're living in. It is unprecedented, obviously, and we do appreciate the way you've led us. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and call up the president of our Chamber of Commerce, and he's going to give her an invocation.
Thank you, Guy. Let's bow and pray, please. Father, we thank you for a beautiful new day of life that you've given us today, Lord. I thank you that we can gather together in this community and have fellowship with one another, and I pray and ask your blessings on our meeting today, Lord, that you would bless the efforts of the folks here at this company, Lord, that they would just prosper and grow in the future. Lord, I pray that you would continue to protect and lead our government, state, local officials, and may all of our efforts be pleasing to you. In Christ's name, amen.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the City of East Dublin, I would like to thank SME for the investment and jobs that they have created in our community. They have taken a vacant plant and with new technology and hard work built one-of-a-kind business. We congratulate SME for their success and offer our assistance as they move forward. Whoops.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Lawrence County Board of Commissioners, I would like to thank S&M for taking a chance on bringing something very important and taking trash and making it into something that we all can use. And on behalf of them, I would like them to know that the Lawrence County Board of Commissioners is there for them to do anything to make them successful. And thank you again, S&M.
Afternoon. I tell you, we just left Milledgeville, and it's the first time I'd ever followed the governor. But I'll tell you, that was fun. But I tell you something else, even the governor slowed down in McIntyre. Governor, that's what makes you a great governor. You're here in Middle Georgia. You're in Middle Georgia today. You've been to 2 different places, and who knows where you're going from here. But that's what makes you the person you are to be in rural Georgia, Middle Georgia. And thank you, sir. We appreciate it. And Frankie and Dr. Smithson, thank y'all so much for the investment y'all made in our county. We appreciate it more than you know, and if we never help you, let us know. Thank you.
You know, this is what I love about Lawrence County. You come out and it's 100 degrees and you're celebrating something in a time where there's not a lot of celebrating going on. And we got to turn everything around and we got to start celebrating and quit harping on the bad things and the evil things that are going on. So this is what makes me love living here, love being here. Dr. Smithson, Frankie Mathis, thank you for your ingenuity, your innovation, and your investment in East Dublin and keeping a light shining on Middle Georgia. Governor Kemp, you've made small business a priority in your administration, your term as governor. We know you know that small business is the bedrock of our communities, of our state, and our nation. And thank you for doing that. And let's all leave this today and go celebrate and invest in our small business locally, because without our small business, our communities will not thrive. Thank you all for being here.
Good afternoon. My name's Larry Walker. I'm your state senator, and I'm really proud to be here today. I do want to add my thank yous to Dr. Smithson and Mr. Mathis on their investment here. I want to thank the SME team for the good work they're doing. I want to congratulate East Dublin and Lawrence County for this industry that they brought here. This is a great, great community. I know that SME will find this to be a very supportive community and already has found that to be the case. I want to commend them on taking what is a problem for the country and for our state and turning it into an opportunity as they convert the waste into biodiesel, and it's a great green industry, and very excited about it, and wish you all the best. Please call my office or me if I can be of any service. Thank you.
Visit Cullen Supply and Engine Service, 910 East Jackson Street in Dublin and 826 Harris Street, Sandersville.
From humble beginnings with a desire to serve the Dudley community, Bank of Dudley has grown to 5 locations, serving Lawrence, Twiggs, and surrounding counties. Serving our community since 1905, the Bank of Dudley is looking forward to its 2nd century of community banking. Drop in today to any of our 5 locations: Jeffersonville, Dudley, East Dublin, Veterans Boulevard, and downtown Dublin. Bank of Dudley, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Thank you. So everybody's been very short and sweet, and I know everybody appreciates it out there, and I'll try to do the same. I do want to say how much we appreciate y'all being here. This has been a venture. Frankie had this dream, and it's just been an honor to be part of his dream. And we're so proud to be where we are today. We thank all the people that have helped us in the community, all of the boards and the commissioners and the mayors that have thrown together and supported us in every way. Frankie, I've tried to be successful by surrounding myself with people smarter than me, and I think I've done it hopefully once again. I think so. People don't know, Frankie won't tell you everything he knows, but he's really a genius when it comes to this stuff, and we really think he's come up with something that's going to change the world, and proud to be having that done right here in Dublin, Georgia. Next, I'd like to introduce, and we really appreciate Governor Kemp being here. I think that just underlines the importance of what we think we're doing. Governor Kemp started off as a small businessman. He worked himself up. He's been a successful entrepreneur. He's done everything in the book. He came in last year and got more votes than any governor in history to be elected because I think everybody recognized his unique qualities to be able to bring his common sense and knowledge from the business world into running this state. He has taken that and taken a problem this year, and I just want to tell you personally, thank you for the way you've handled this thing and used more common sense than anybody in the country. So thank you. We appreciate all y'all being here, and without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Governor Kemp for a few remarks. Thanks.
Thank y'all very much. Thank you, Tripp. I appreciate the opportunity to be back in Dublin and Lawrence County and certainly are excited about the opportunity. And as I'm watching everybody fanning the gnats out there, I was just thinking to myself, if we could only get gnats to attack the COVID-19 virus, we would be in great shape. But I want to thank Tripp and Frankie and the whole team for having me here today. This is a great opportunity. This is right up my alley. It's right up our state's alley. And guys started so quickly I hadn't even had time to figure out who all's here. But I know I see a lot of friends out in front of me, but also a lot that are behind me, and just great leaders and local leaders, state leaders. Certainly want to thank both the mayors for being here. The local delegation, Senator Walker, Chairman Hatchett, great words on small business. I'm in 100% agreement on that. Representative Danny Mathis. I know we have folks from the Development Authority with Guy and his team, Heath Taylor. Ken Brown, I know, is here as well, and certainly appreciate the leadership at the local level with Brenda Chain and the county commissioners. And if you're a county commissioner or city council member, I know there's several out here. If you'll just raise your hand, let us thank you for your leadership and support. I also see a lot of friends behind the mask that I've known for a long time. Some of them I probably don't even recognize with the mask on, but Roger, good to see you, and a lot of other good folks out there. This is an exciting day to be able to just be here and cut the ribbon, but I know there's been many days before today where there was a lot of hard work that went into this, a lot of private financial investment and otherwise, and that's really what makes our state and our country so great. And I think especially during these challenging times that we're in right now, we have to do two things. And I've been talking about this a lot over the last couple of months, but we have to work hard to protect the lives of our fellow citizens. And that's what we've been doing in our response to COVID-19. But we also got to fight to protect the livelihoods of our citizens. And that's protecting jobs and creating jobs and making sure that people have an opportunity to make a living, to pay their rent and to buy their groceries and to buy medicine and provide for their families. And if we can't do that, we are losing the battle. There are many places across our country that I think they're not too worried about that. And I believe sincerely that in 4 or 5 months, they'll be wishing that they were fighting two battles instead of just one right now. History will certainly be the guide and the say-so of that, but that is what I believe, and that's what we're working hard to do. Also just wanted to mention Greg and Nancy that are here with Senator Perdue and Senator Loeffler's office. I don't know if we have any of the congressional delegation staff today. We do. Thank you guys. Thank you all for being here as well. A lot of times these folks are on the ground at events like this. A lot of times, most times people mention them, but sometimes they don't. But we know how much you guys are working out there every day to make sure these voices are heard back in Washington, especially during these challenging times that we have going on. And I appreciate the leadership of both our senators and the representative for what they're doing every day. And it's a critical time for them, in my opinion, not to be in Georgia, but to be in Washington, to be making those decisions that are helping us in our fight with both of those missions that we have right now. You know, it's hard to really think back that before the pandemic, we had the lowest unemployment we've ever had in the state of Georgia, 3.1%. When I came into office, one of my biggest worries was how in the world was I going to do as good or better than Nathan Deal's record on the economy. I mean, it was pretty daggum incredible what he did with a lot of these folks supporting his efforts, including myself as Secretary of State. But we actually did drop the unemployment rate from 3.2 to 3.1 before the pandemic hit. Governor Deal and I, it was his announcement, but he allowed me to be there. We had to, right at the tail end of his administration, we announced the largest foreign investment we've ever had in the state of Georgia, almost $1.7 billion in Jackson County with the SK plant. just a few days ago, we announced an expansion of that plant that they haven't even finished yet. That's an additional $900 million and 600 more jobs. So, as Chairman Hatchett so graciously said, and rightfully so, we have a lot to be optimistic about. In fact, we are still the #1 state in the country for business. Obviously, that's changed a lot since 4 months ago, but I still feel like we are that state. And you can tell that over the last several weeks. Since June the 1st, we've announced over 2,100 new additional jobs that are coming to Georgia. And the investments, you know, at a time when a lot of other state economic development folks, and I know Amy Carter's here from the Georgia Economic Development Department, and I was actually talking to Bert Brantley while I was on the road this morning on the way here about another project that we're working on. And there's a lot of states right now that are wondering what to do. And we are not doing that. We are doing it. We're doing it today, and we've done it since June the 1st with 2,100 new jobs. And this is a time where we need everyone we can get. There's going to be transformational changes in our economy. Some jobs that we've lost, we've got to be honest with ourselves and realize they're not coming back. And that's why we got to continue to create new opportunities in all parts of our state for days like today. And I've said long before I was governor that announcements like this in parts of Georgia like this, whether it's 25 jobs, 50 jobs, or 75 jobs or more, they make a big difference. And that's why you have so many people here celebrating this, because it matters. I don't think in the past we paid enough attention to that. But if you do one of those here and the one like we just cut the ribbon on in Milledgeville at a food service company, and then we do another one, you know, somewhere else in this community, and all of a sudden you got a couple of hundred new jobs that you're creating at these facilities. The money that turns in the local community that then creates other jobs and opportunities for people is real. And that is the strategy that we have. And I want to mention the delegation and our work on the budget this year, and probably one of the toughest environments that we've seen that I can ever remember. And I served in the legislature the first year Governor Perdue was governor, and we had to cut the budget significantly. And that seemed like a piece of cake compared to what we've had to deal with over the last year or so. But that budget that we passed, we did it in a way working together without having to lay off any state employees or teachers or university system people. And we also created a bond package where instead of building a bunch of new buildings that caused new power bills, new operational expenses, new hires that cost a lot of overhead money, we're putting that money back into maintenance and reserves and into road and bridge projects where you're hiring people today for shovel-ready projects. And those will literally be going in every single community all over this state to help us with our economic rebound. That is the strategic thinking that we have been doing here in our state, even while we're fighting the coronavirus. And I want to leave you today with just some things that you all can help us do in that fight. I've been asking people to really double down. We've seen an increase in cases. A lot of people forget in the Atlanta media. I know people here are a lot smarter than the Atlanta media. But a lot of people in the Atlanta media forget the fact that we told them when we reopened the economy in a methodical way, we would see more new cases. But we asked people to sacrifice a lot early on so that we had time to build a hospital surge capacity plan and that we could stockpile PPE and be prepared for that day. And that day is now here. And we are prepared. And we are implementing our plan. We're standing up additional facilities. Some of them we're not even staffing yet because we don't have the need to. But the reason we're doing that is so our hospitals and our local ambulatory surgery centers and other doctors' offices and so on can continue their operations. Before we had to shut those down. During the middle of the pandemic, 2 major hospital systems in Atlanta laid off 30,000 healthcare workers. I mean, that's insane to do that in the middle of a pandemic. That is why we have to fight both battles. That's why we're supporting the hospitals with the overflow beds if we need them, working with them on public-private partnerships to create new beds to help them with their demand. And if you really think about that, if you read the national media, you think everybody that's in the hospital has COVID, and that's not the case. There are people getting heart valve replacements. There are people getting hip and knees done. There's people getting colonoscopies, cancer treatments, cancer surgeries, all the critical things that are good for Georgians' health. And people need to be doing that. I want to encourage you to do that. It's safe to do that. And it's good for the financial viability of your hospital. That is why we cannot shut down our economy. We have to fight through this. We're prepared to fight through it. We just got to do it in a smart way. And there's 4 things you can do over the next 4 weeks to help with that. And that is continue to socially distance yourself. And when you can't, like many of us aren't here right now, wear your mask. Wash your hands. And continue to follow the guidance and the regulations that we have for businesses to smartly reopen and operate, which we have been doing for 2 months now, over 2 months, before the virus ever came back. So it had nothing to do with our reopening. It had everything to do with sending the message during peaceful demonstrations that it was all right to get out again. People were having a big time on Memorial Day and July 4th, and we're all guilty of that. I'm not pointing any fingers. But we let our guard down just a little bit. And now it's time to hunker back down for 4 weeks, do these 4 things, and then we can move into the end of the summer and the fall and look forward to high school football games on Friday night. Look forward to going to Athens on Saturday on a beautiful fall afternoon. That is what my hope is, that we can get our kids back in school and continue to live with the virus. We've learned a lot. The treatments are better in the hospitals. The doctors have learned a lot. We're continuing to support them with staffing, facilities, and other things, and we'll continue to do that. But I want to thank you for being here to support your fellow Georgians' local business. This is what makes our state great. You have my commitment that I will continue to fight for small business in rural Georgia every single day that I am your governor. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Hi, I'm Pam Tillery.
And I'm Jody Tanner.
And we are
the TNT Group. We are now located at RE/MAX Realty Team, and we would like to share our new slogan with you.
Our goal is to serve with compassion, guide with integrity, and inspire you to reach your real estate dreams.
And you can reach us at 478-353-1234. Give us a call.
I'm Pam.
And I'm Jody.
And we are
the TNT Group.
Portions of this program are brought to you by Cure Point Cancer Treatment, 2406 Bellevue Road in Dublin. At Cure Point Cancer Treatment, we're bringing you state-of-the-art cancer treatment right here at home. Cure Point Cancer Treatment. Check us out on Facebook.
So how do I follow that? Thank you, Governor. Appreciate your sage wisdom. And I think it's appropriate what I'm going to say. It's going to be very quick because I know it's hot. But I think that all of us have an aspiration in our lives of a great person. Someone that really inspired us to be the best that we can be. Governor, you do that for the state? For me personally, it was my grandfather. He was born in 1900 in a little town in the Ozark Mountains. Born in a house with no plumbing, no heat, no car, no electricity, no phone, and yet in his lifetime, he went through the birth of aviation, 2 world wars, the dawn of the space age, the dawn of the computer age, the atomic age, the defeat of tuberculosis, and the defeat of measles and rubella, and the defeat of polio. All of these great things happened in his life. And he inspired in me, because he believed it himself,
that we can all overcome anything we want if we have the will to do it. And let me tell you something, that is the story of this company. Our co-founder here, Franklin Mathis, grew up right over here in Dudley on Mathis Road. He's a diesel mechanic, a welder, a fabricator, a foreman. He was all of these things, but you know what else he possessed? A curious mind and a lot of resourcefulness. What you see behind you, as Dr. Smithson said, is the result of all these years of Frankie working just for this achievement. But he couldn't do it alone, because it takes more than just an inquisitive mind and resourcefulness to make something like this happen. You gotta have the guts and the temerity to gamble, to take the risk. And this is where Dr. Smithson comes in. Dr. Smithson is not just a neurosurgeon, he's an entrepreneur. He has 37 patents. He knows how to run companies, and he knows when something is worth pursuing. And let me tell you something, he didn't jump in here with 2 feet. He looked at this and he talked with Frankie for months in the middle of the night, first thing in the morning, trying to find where the fatal flaws were with this process and with this business model. And you know what he found out? He couldn't find them. Instead, he believed even more steadfastly that this is a project he wanted to get behind. The result is this. This is the first of its kind. This is truly trash to treasure. We are going to take something that ends up typically in a landfill or knifed into a farmer's field, and we're going to make it into a fuel that can go into a modern diesel engine. That's an incredible thing if you think about it. That's what's going to set us apart from everyone else. And this plant, you're seeing it in its first iteration. It's designed to grow to 2 times the size. And we're going to do that in the upcoming months. We're going to grow this plant. And we're also going to establish a facility to bring in the materials that will come into this plant, all here in Lawrence County. Lawrence County is going to be the springboard for this company. This is a Middle Georgia company, and we are going to make Middle Georgia proud. And having all of you here to support us on our ribbon cutting, I have no words for that. Thank you all so much for coming. We are going to follow this, by the way. We're going to have a formal ribbon cutting. We're going to do 2 of those. And then the governor is going to be given a tour by Mr. Mathis. And then anyone else who wants to stick around and have a tour of the facility, we will be glad to do that. Terrific. Thank you all for coming, and we appreciate you all being here.